It's unbelievable.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Do you mind if I ask about like the numbers, like where you're at on the numbers, like monthly?
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been here for like 4.5 months now, 5 months, and I've been averaging at least 10 to 12K a month in revenue.
That's awesome, dude.
So it's replaced my, because I was doing six figures as a construction guy.
Hmm.
And I told myself and I told whoever I spoke with, my goal was to meet or exceed that amount so that I can actually leave that job, and I made it.
The first thing I kind of wanted to check in with you about, just talking to, you know, Paul's audience, about like who do you serve? You know, who are the people that join your program and how do you help them?
They're mainly metal drummers, and a lot of them are looking for confidence, but it's through the education portion. Like more specifically, we're onto like hand and foot technique with double bass drumming and blast beats and just like metal stuff. But yeah, that's who we serve, and that's who our general audience is.
Gotcha, gotcha. And what um were you teaching specifically metal drummers before you got involved with Paul?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of business model were you operating under?
It was like it was like a treadmill. It was awful.
Uh-huh.
So essentially I run a YouTube channel and that was my main source of like leads. And so I built up an email list like that, and then I would run courses on the back end through an email list and stuff like that. And that's challenging. It's really
Mm-hmm.
challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you have to make quite a few numbers to make it work. So
Got it. So what, yeah, like what were some of the challenges that you were facing in that model?
just having to grow something outside of the actual academy itself. So you had to expand your audience in order to get more, you know, leads and stuff like that, and just to get more students. And it was frustrating because, again, you're working against an algorithm or a program that's there to, move the goalpost, so to speak. So you're out of complete control of how that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Got it. Got it. And can you talk a little bit about where you're at now and, what's happened since you joined Paul?
Okay, so little backstory. I was trying to do that this whole time while I juggled a full-time job, and that took about, you know, many years off my life.
Mm.
And it was like at least 5 or 6 years solid. Just like posting at least weekly online on YouTube and stuff, which is not a bad model to do.
Mm.
However, it is taxing. And
Mm.
then so at that point, I was working a construction job full time, and it was a hefty salary, and it was kind of hard to make the decision. But I just didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to help people, and just have the freedom to spend time with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And since joining, I've actually, you know, that's where I'm at. Like I don't do construction anymore. I just do drums full time.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And do you feel, comfortable as far as your income and all that goes with the program? I mean, you've been able to achieve kind of a pretty significant flow, it seems like.
Yeah. So having that structure already helped a little bit, but I think if you don't have that, it's very, very possible to scale. And it's at a point right now where it is scaling and it's
Mm-hmm.
really comfortable. It's the most comfortable I've been playing drums, which is very misunderstood, especially in the realm of metal drummers, because people think metal drummers and they don't necessarily associate it with like full-time pay or salary.
Mm-hmm.
So this is definitely stepping out of that realm of existence, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah. That's cool. It took you a few months and you were able to quit your job, I guess is what I'm saying, which is pretty amazing.
Here's the kicker though. I posted less YouTube videos and I generated more revenue.
That's gold. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
so if for whoever who feels like they're stuck in a content treadmill where they feel like the only way to get traction with their business is by posting more, that is untrue.
Mm,
There's another way.
that's really cool. That's really good. That's really good to know. Cool. And what would you say to somebody who's considering working with Paul but is on the fence and hasn't taken the plunge yet?
If you're on the fence, then get off the fence, because I was on the fence too, and I did my research. And of course, you're gonna want to feel skeptical about something that you feel is too good to be true, but it's not, because I was definitely there. Like
Mm.
I was there, man. And if you're on the fence, then you need to find out how to get off the fence. And if that means you need more information, then get more information. But for me, I was in the exact same shoes as you when I was in this situation. And I took the plunge and I took it, I took the risk. And there was very little risk, quite frankly. It was just wanting and having the need to change, right? Just to change the situation and having full faith and knowing that Paul is the one who's going to get you there. And so after doing that, it's been like, it's so liberating. And you can look at anybody's stuff online. It's all there. It's all a real thing. So just letting you know before you go into looking into Google, trying to see if this is what it actually is the real deal. So
Awesome. Awesome.